All of you. In the previous class, we discussed about the administration system of British East India Company in our India. That means especially about judiciary system, the types of courts like civil courts, criminal courts, and their judges, and especially about the district collector and his powers. Okay, and in today's class, we are going to learn about the administration system army. Okay, by taking army as a reference, we are going to continue this class. And before going into the topic, I would like to show something regarding Mughal army. The Mughal army contains which type of soldiers? Okay, see now. The Mughal army contains mainly two parts. The Mughal army contains mainly two parts. One is infantry or pylon, and the second part is cavalry. Okay, here infantry or pylon means the group of soldiers who fought on the land without using any horses or elephants. Okay, and here cavalry means a group of soldiers who fights on horses. By using horses, they will fight. Okay, and especially the Mughals also given priority for the elephants. In their army, they used elephants. Okay, see here. Observe this figure. He is known as Savar. Okay, Savar means the person who rides the horse. Okay, next, especially the Mughals were given training to their soldiers in sword fighting. You can see here, sword fighting. They are learning sword fighting. Okay, sword means talwar. And next, the Mughals also given training in archery. See this. By using bow and arrow, they are learning archery. Okay, that means the Mughals were given training in archery and in sword fighting to their soldiers. Okay, and one more important thing is they recruited the soldiers from farmers and common people and from tribal people also. Okay, next, now how this system was changed by the Britishers. See here, the Britishers not concentrated more on cavalry. Cavalry means the horse riders group. Okay, now the soldiers who rides the horses, that is the cavalry. That means here the Britishers didn't concentrate on the cavalry, just they concentrated on infantry only. Okay, and they brought so many changes in the army system. So after the establishment of British East India Company rule in India, they brought so many changes in the existed army system. That means the way of recruitment, the way of training, everything is changed. They recruited Indians also in the British army. The British East India Company had its own army. Okay, and into that army they recruited the Europeans, especially the Britishers. But in our India, the Britishers recruited our Indians also into their army. Okay, because to increase the strength of the army. And after the recruitment, they gave strict training to the Sepoys. Sepoys means soldiers. Here the word Sepoys means soldiers. See here, they gave strict training to the Sepoys. That means the British East India Company rulers, especially the army generals, they given strict training to the all soldiers. And they provided muskets and matchlocks to the soldiers. Muskets and matchlocks means these are the two types of guns. You can see here. This is a musket. Musket means a long gun which is used by the soldier. Okay, na? A long gun which is used by the soldier. And a matchlock means this is also one of the type of gun, but here one thread will be there. Okay. Inside some gunpowder also exists. Okay. Whenever they will lit up this thread, then the bullet, the gunpowder will come outside. Okay. So muskets and matchlocks, these two are the guns used by the soldiers, and these two guns were given to the soldiers by the British Army generals. Okay. And the British rulers imposed strict rules on Indian sepoys especially. Okay. That means strict rules imposed on Indian soldiers, and some relaxation was given for the British soldiers. Okay. Indian sepoys were more dissatisfied by those rules. Okay. All these Indian sepoys were dissatisfied by the British rules. Why? Because they were in favor of the British soldiers, not in favor of the Indian soldiers. By those rules, Indian soldiers faced a lot of problems. That's why our Indian soldiers were dissatisfied about the rules. So, this is a system which was implemented by the Britishers in our army. Now, next we are going to learn about the slave trade by the European traders. Okay, na? Slave trade. Slave trade in South Africa. See here, most of the European traders first arrived to the South Africa, that means African parts. Then they came to India and some other places. Okay, from this, especially South Africa, the European traders purchased so many slaves. You can see this figure. All these are the African people. Okay. So the local people of the Africa, they converted them as slaves and they sold to the European traders. Okay. See here. The local merchants sold the slaves to European traders. All these were the local tribal people, and these were sold by these local merchants to the European traders. And the French and the British traders, the European traders means here French and British traders, bought the slaves in auction. Auction means one of the system or process or method in which one can buy something. Okay. So in this auction process, the French and the British traders, they bought all these soldiers. After buying, see here, exported them to European countries through ships. By using ships, the European traders exported all these slaves to the European countries. Why? Because in the European countries, they established so many industries. To work in those industries and factories, they need some workers. Okay? And that's why all these European traders purchased all these slaves and they exported to the European countries. In the European countries, they worked as the laborers. Okay? Without taking any money, they worked because they were slaves. Next, European traders forced them to do work free of cost without giving any money. Okay? The European traders forced them to do work in their industries or factories. If they don't listen, if they do not agree to work, then they punish you. Okay? So finally, this slavery was ended in 1834. In the year 1834, the slave imports and exports, slave trade was ended. Okay, so this is a lesson from trade to territory. Actually all the European traders came to Africa and India just for the trading purpose, but after coming they attracted towards our natural resources. Okay, that's why they wanted to control this area. Then they started their ruling here by so many treaties. So in this way they established their empire in our India.